Main event. And then we out of here.
Main event. I think everybody in the world thought the stoppage was going to come eventually.
Right.
I didn't know what I didn't like going into this fight that he said that he carried Munguia.
He said it?
Yeah.
He said it himself?
Yeah.
He said it himself?
Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah, good, because I said it too.
And then he talked to Munguia about it.
Yeah.
What did Munguia say?
He said he didn't agree with that take. He says if you watch the fight, he won some rounds as the fight went on, and that it was, a good fight. And just he's a respectful dude, Munguia, and just said he doesn't agree with that,
And my apologies. He carried Berlanga. I don't think he carried Munguia. We get to a point where we're
That's funny because he said the opposite. He said I would carry Munguia, but I wouldn't carry Berlanga.
Yeah. That gas pedal, that car is only gonna go as fast as it's gonna go nowadays.
Canelo.
Yeah. So and he can't get that thing to full throttle no more.
Yeah, that's my thing with him. I'm just like, bro, I feel like some of the craziest lost, the adrenaline, what you say, it's just not what it used to be. He still has enough to win, still has enough to beat the top guys. He's still Canelo, but sometimes I'm bigger and better than you, and that's how I'm gonna beat you. He's not fighting the most skilled ring IQ guys. He's fighting guys that's gonna be there to fight. And I know y'all don't feel. I feel like Crawford coming in there and gonna give him problems. Okay.
There's plenty of people who ringside felt that Crawford can win the fight, and I see what they see. Crawford with his length, with his jab, having that long arms, turning Canelo in the center of the ring.
He has to be sharp for 12.
Right, and really, how's he going to beat Canelo? Madrimov was able to score some rounds and hit him with a decent number of right hands, kind of consistently. But styles make fights. Canelo's not the feinter and the footwork guy that Madrimov isn't as young as Madrimov. I would still, though, favor Canelo, but I understand he looked more beatable last night than he did in May against Munguia. And I don't know how much of that is Canelo. Canelo coming forward always has that great head movement. He didn't really have it last night. He didn't do it much like he normally does, right? And against Munguia, his reflexes and his pull counters look better. I don't know how much of it, because I'm sure it's not all the way one or the other. I don't know how much of it is Munguia is a combination puncher and he's giving you all these opportunities to pull counter and do that. And then how much of it is you were just sharper in May for whatever reason. Maybe he had the 4-pack at the weigh-in. He didn't have the 6-pack. Maybe he took Berlanga just a little easier than. Okay, thank you, Sean. He took Berlanga a little more lightly than he did Munguia.
Just for the sake of, when you're not, there's certain things. So the whole head bobbing thing, that's it declined. I didn't see a whole lot of it against Munguia. I didn't see a whole lot of it, but I saw a little bit more. What I saw against Munguia, a lot like with Berlanga, he stands straight up. He would get caught. Munguia would keep going, and he'd get caught, and then he would go to let me tighten up.
Right.
There was zero respect for Berlanga for so many reasons. It's like looking at you playing on varsity and you looking at the JV, and it's like, yo, that's food. Ain't nothing he could do with me. I don't care what he say. I don't care what nobody else say. And during the course of the fight, I'm looking at Canelo's legs. The reason why I point out the legs, when we talk about he doesn't have the power that he used to have and things like that, his legs were so straight, he's not generating the power like he used to. But why is his legs so straight? Yeah, because he didn't train. He's not training the way he used to train to be ready to go the way that he used to go. He's now training. He knows how to pace himself through a fight. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Didn't nobody get him away from his pace, and he made it through 12 rounds. Didn't matter how old he was. Didn't matter who he was in the ring with. Same thing goes for Canelo. Doesn't matter who's standing across from him, unless we're talking about a Benavidez. But nobody else is going to push him to go any faster than he wants to go. Nobody's going to get him uncomfortable. He's been through it all. So with that, he's only going to train to do what he needs to do to get in the ring, look good. Maybe I'll get the knockout, maybe I won't. If by some chance he gets in the ring with Benavidez, we'll start with Benavidez, he's going to do everything he need to do to get a knockout against Benavidez.
So you're going to crank it up for that?
With Berlanga, and I'm not saying he didn't need the knockout or didn't want the knockout, but I saw it in the...
he wanted it.
Yeah. But the round that he knocked him down in.
Yeah.
Let me carry him.
No, he followed up.
I can't make this look so easy because then everybody's gonna call me on my bullshit. Why? Because everybody's gonna call me on my BS.
There was another former champion who does this that said the same thing you just said.
Yeah.
He said now the story is Berlanga did better than expected. Good fight. As opposed to if you knock him out in 3 rounds, wow, Canelo, you really did just.
I'll try the different. I'll try it a different way. Okay. When we talk about conditioning for a fight, there's the conditioning of the lungs, there's the conditioning of the legs, the muscles, but there's also the conditioning of the brain. You have to condition that brain, again, being crazy. We can say he crazy, but he ain't that crazy because he feels that he feels where this fight is going, and he knows if I go here, I'll get him. But if I go here and I don't get him, I got to do it again, and I got to do it again. And only the guys that are crazy don't give a damn about doing it again and again and again. He not going there no more. So he's not conditioned his brain to the point of ignoring everything that he may feel to do what he need to do to get it done. He could have got it done in that 3rd round that he dropped. Did he drop him?
Beautiful left hook.
He could have got it done in the 3rd round. But those moments where he attacked and he didn't get the clean shots that he wanted, guess what? I feel that going up. And I'm not getting it. And the brain ain't conditioned. So the brain says, pull back. Now he pulled back and he let that moment get by. And now he's looking at 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. And Berlanga then got comfortable.
Yeah.
The punch that knocked him down in the 3rd round ain't gonna knock him down in the 5th or 6th or 7th and so on, because now he's conditioned to take whatever's coming at him.
Well, I felt like Berlanga kind of got the hang of this just at the end there is when he started to actually get comfortable because my initial reaction watching the fight, I was like, this isn't that dissimilar to Jermell Charlo and Callum Smith. But upon second thought, he got up from his knockdown in the 3rd round and returned fire right away. But before that knockdown woke him up. He was hardly letting anything go. He was getting backed up, pillar to post. Too much respect, right? And then you saw it after the fight. He revealed, this guy's my idol. And, so he did fight. Munguia took a lot more chances than Berlanga did. But to Berlanga's credit, he got up from the 3rd round knockdown, came up firing so that Canelo couldn't get him out of there. Credit to Berlanga for that. Credit to Berlanga in the 10th round. Canelo's degrading him, trying to punk him. He's trying to walk off, and Berlanga says, hey, I'm still here. Credit to him for that. And then really in the championship rounds, I said, oh, like you said, he's taking the punches better.
Big ups for that, because most fighters would have showed respect there.
Right.
And
let him walk.
And said, hey, we still fighting. I know a whole lot of fighters that would have said, hey, we still fighting. And so big ups for him for not allowing that to just go by.
Yeah, and then he held his own in the pocket a little bit in those championship rounds. And so that's what Berlanga can build off of is towards the end there. He took the punches better. He settled down. He stayed in the pocket more. He has things to build on towards the end of that fight. But yeah, Canelo, it was, again, I think he was a little sharper than he was in May. And yeah, go ahead.
Once upon a time ago, Canelo would have done things to make you fight him, to make you open up, expose yourself so that he can get what he needs. He used to do that. I don't think he has that anymore. And I've said it time and time again. No, he's not that A++ fighter that he used to be, but he's still A. He might be close to A+, but he's still damn sure is an A.
Can he, if he's really galvanized, really up for it, can he summon that still for a night?
There's only 2 guys.
Call me crazy, but I think he gonna do it.
It's only Benavidez
and
Crawford.
So this week and this fight week, I kept. Go ahead.
I don't think he was summoning that for Crawford, but I think he was summoning it for Benavidez.
You know how crazy he is.
Does he need to summon it for Crawford to be?
You can't play with Crawford. He ain't nothing to play with.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not. But again, when we look at it from a statistical standpoint, he's coming up from 135. He's the smaller guy and all these other things. He can't take my punches and all that. The same things that he read about Berlanga and knew about Berlanga, he would tell himself those same things about Crawford. And not that he would play with them, but we know how hard it is how hard it is to get a decision against Canelo. That's number one. Then number 2, Canelo, a lot like Crawford, knows how to keep himself safe, knows how to make himself not look bad, and all those things. I don't think he would summon it for Crawford, but I think he would for Benavidez.
Or if he can't catch
and I got a feeling he is going to do that.
What about the Bivol rematch?
He said after the fight, shout out to our guy True School, Brendan. Brendan asked him to fight. You know, you've talked about a Bivol rematch. What about Beterbiev if he wins? And he was like, nah, just Bivol.
Okay.
If Bivol wins, I want that rematch. So he's actually on the record that he does want the Bivol rematch at some point.